YouTube channel, and you can like I'll post it there. I'll upload it there. In after last session as well, I shared that recorded session with all students. Okay, so I hope you all understood the list, importance of list, guys. Still, let me reiterate this. So list is nothing but a data type that we have in Python. And the difference between list and other variables is, like, you must have seen, like, if we are talking about one simple variable a, so far we learned about assigning only single value in that. But list is a collection of multiple variables, multiple data types of variables. Like if I'm talking about here in this example, you can see a is carrying integer, is carrying float, is carrying one string as well, or character value as well. All right, so it's a collection of variable that we can assign to a collection of values that we can assign to a variable, and this is possible by using a list. How does this work? Though we discussed this in last session as well, guys, I'm quickly talking about that so that everybody would on the common page and will start working on that program. So how does this work? It has a concept of indexing 0 and 1. Whenever we are talking about first value available in that list, it is placed at the index of 0. Okay, and then onwards it talks about 1, 2, 3. It means if I'm giving you example of hello, this hello is placed at 3 index. If you want to retrieve this, or if you want to perform any operation with hello, then you have to use that index value. And one function we are using here, this is inbuilt function. We'll have a separate session for it, but this function is helping us to retrieve overall length of this list. Okay, what are the principles of list that we have? We use square brackets, as you must have seen here in this example. We are using square bracket. Of course, it's a collection of multiple types of elements, and we can use them. We can add values here. We can remove values from this list. We can perform further actions here. Okay, we'll talk about few actions. So list principles.
Sorry, Ashish, Anuj is having some issues. I guess you need to admit him.
Oh, is it?
He messaged the group, WhatsApp group.
I don't see.
That's what I also tried to. So, sorry.
All right, let's start. Sorry. No problem. So we were talking about list actually, and about its principles. Here is the list of key principles that we should follow. We should always keep in our mind. Number one, whenever we guys are working on list, we need to ensure we are using parentheses. These are large parentheses. Okay, square brackets. And whenever we are talking about a list, it is it has feature to add and to remove, to append more variables within the list. Okay, and of course, as we all aware of, like list, the primarily we use list for working on multiple types of elements. Okay, in last class I gave you one example. Now it has many functions. If I'm talking about this list, let's suppose I will use the same here. Let me close this one. We can perform multiple operations here, guys. If I'm talking about A is a list, and of course let me print it first as a normal program. If I'm printing it, so I'll use print, and then we pass on variable here, and this variable is A is nothing but a list. It will print all these elements. We call them elements or values. So here you can see the outcome is in form of list. All right. If I want to retrieve like only 100, then I need to use one indexing here. Sorry, a 1, then 100. Okay. So that's how we can retrieve or we can perform further operations here. What other operations we can perform by using list, and those would be, how can you see that? So write your list name and then click dot. The moment you click dot, it will show you a default list of all methods or functions that Python is providing to its users or developers. And here is that list. The moment I clicked on this dot, you must be seeing a pop-up window here. And this pop-up window is showing you a list of methods like append, clear, copy, count, extend, index, insert, pop, remove, reverse, and short. All the rest of the things are classes that we will not talk today. Okay, so I'll show you some examples of couple of them. Like if I'm giving you an example of copy, if I want to copy this list, a list is having 4 elements. If I want to copy this to any other list, then I will use this method a dot copy, and I will close its parenthesis and will have a new variable here, b. It means b is having a copy of all elements what we have in a. Okay, let's print b as well now, and here you will see outcome of b. Let's save it. I'll execute. You can see here I'm printing b, and b is showing all values what a is carrying. So we have successfully copied that. In similar way, if you want to remove anything from here, or if you want to add anything here, then you can use insert command as well. So let me show you first insert quickly. So this is for if user is willing to copy any list. Okay. Second one would be if user is willing to insert, add or insert. Insert means it will insert a value in that list. So if user is willing to insert value in the list. Okay, so let's use b. B is something carrying a values. Let's insert something into b. And so how does this work? Insertion works based upon, as I said, it has index values. All right, where do you want to insert the new value? Let's suppose you want to insert post 100. It means you will have to use index value. It means it would be 2. Okay, because 0, 1 we already having 2 characters, and 2 is having 4.5, but I want to add one more, a new character here or new element here. So I will be using 2 here and will insert a new element. So because b is having a copy, so I will use b here, b dot insert, insert. And then the moment you click on this method, its parenthesis, it will show you its parameters. We'll talk about parameters when we will go through the methods and function topic, guys. It will take another 2 to 3 classes. So just understand this concept for now. All right, you will start making your own methods and parameters genuinely. Well, so insert is a function, inbuilt function that we are going to use. And as I said, so I want to use a new, I want to insert a new element here. Then I'm going to use 2, and then I want to add 101 here. Okay, let's see it. And I will convert this to C, print C. execute. Wait, b dot insert, I believe. Oh, so sorry. So sorry. Syntax is wrong. We are adding into B, so we will print only B. Yeah. So you must be seeing we added a new element here, 101 after 2, and 2 is our 0, one of the index value. All right. Any questions on this? Let me clean it.
Why we have
Yes.
why we have added b variable here?
No, B is your list, right? Because
Okay.
we are inserting into B, but I was trying to print C.
No, but we have a list with A, no? In A, we have to insert another value, right?
Wherever you want. If you want to add in A, then you will use same concept. Insert. Tell me where do you want to add. Let's suppose you
3 comma 1 not
3 comma and 1 point, or you want to add
1 0.
float. Okay. 1 not 2. Okay. Let's add. Let's save.
Print A, no?
Print A. So A. Because now you are inserting into A, so first it will print B and then it will print A. So let me show you this way. Okay, and let's make it more user friendly. Now you will see the type values. I will save this program, will re-execute it. Let me clean the terminal. And here you can see A is having 10 not 1 not 2 and B is having 1 not 1 that we recently added. Okay. In similar way, if you want to append is also one of the very important function, guys, that you will see a lot in our future program. So let's take example of append as well. In case user is willing to append new variable or element in the list. So how will we use that? Append means simple. Again, let's add in B. So it's an example of insertion. Insertion in B. Insertion in A. Now I'll get you example of append. Okay. So B dot or A dot, what do you want first? Let's suppose A. Append. Choose append or start writing append if you want to write that. I want to append hello Python. So if I'm doing it, so it will add this new element at the end of this original at the end of A list. Okay. Now let's print it. Print appended a new element in list A, and then print A. And let's clean this. Let's re-execute. Save it. So you must be seeing it has added Python as well. So after insertion, you must be observing we have 1 node 2 what we recently added or inserted in between. And now we have appended a new element as well at the end of that list. Does this make sense, guys? The difference between insertion and appending, the value is insertion you can do based upon your choice, wherever you want to do in between of list. Appending would happen at the end of the list. That's the major difference.
Ashish, a quick question. So when you do insert, let's say we take example of B insert 2101. So it is like on the on the second index you want to put 101. So what I'm observing is like it just shifted the previous value and then 101 got added.
That's right.
Ideally, shouldn't it be, it's like replacing that value which is already there in 2?
No. Insertion means adding. For replacing, you will have to pop. I mean, you will have to delete that first.
Oh, okay.
Insertion means you are adding in between of it. That's how it works.
Extension to Yashwant's question, Ashish. If I want to edit one value, instead of, let's say, in this example, instead of 50, I want to make it 45. But rest of the list, let it be same. Is that possible?
You want to edit what?
Any one of the list value, like 50, I should make it 45.
Okay, so let's suppose 100 you want to edit, right?
No, I don't want to add. I want to make it 105 instead of 100.
Okay.
And the placement will be the same.
I got it. So for it, it's simple. Like if this is on the, so let's use the same one. A I'm using, right? A, and index value is 1, right? It's having 100. You want to replace this with 200.
Replace it, with 200. Let's say 200. Yeah.
So it should be, it should replace this. A. Replace.
Oh, it has got replace function, huh?
No. It doesn't have replace function. I never seen replace function. But yeah, that's how. I mean, it's very simple. Can you see?
Yeah, got it.
Executed. I mean, it doesn't have any specific replacement function, guys. But you know, it's a logic, because you are replacing a existing value, existing memory. That's all. So it's very simple. It doesn't have any specific function. I got one more ping from someone. Did anyone join? Amit joined.
Amit.
Hey Amit, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I was.
Whoever joins late have to pay penalty, right, Ashish?
Well, Amit, we just covered list, and you missed some important discussion. We have recorded that for meanwhile. Please go through that, and then you can ask questions.
I will do that.
All right. Does this help, guys, so far?
So one question, Ashish. See, when we are doing this replacement, so does it? I'm asking from a database perspective. There will be 2 records will be existing in DB, that existing value and also replaced value, or it will erase the first record.
It will overlap that. It will overwrite on that. Yeah.
Overwrite. So first record will not be there.
No. It will not be there.
Okay. Then how the user will come to know that we have replaced this value?
For that we will have to write it.
How does history will be managed?
So for that, that's why we are using. They have given us a command of copying. So that's what this copy would come into picture. Actually, you do not need to work on the original data set. Create a copy of it.
Okay.
And work on that. Yes, that's the main advantage of copy.
Okay.
Krishna.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, so we were talking about insertion. We talked about append. Any similar line, we have one method, extend as well, guys. Use this by your own, and then we'll discuss it next class. All right. So it is very much similar to append, insert. The extension is, it talks about, let me get you the hint, how does this work? Extend is when you want to extend, let's suppose A, where is A? Where is A? A is here. Right? You want to extend few more variables, so new list here, right? Then in that case, extend will get utilized. Explore this. All right, team? Well, few more important items that would be utilized a lot, like copy. We learned about removal. I think removal we did not hear yet. Removal is also very, very important. In similar way, sorting is there, reversing is there. You can use all these things, guys, as by your own. Right? These are simple things that we just discussed. Let me show you, demonstrate you removal as well. All right. So removal means it is very important. Again, it will be utilized a lot when you guys are working. You guys would start working on the programming basically, because removal would help you to delete the values. Okay. So so we have latest list. This is latest list is here, guys. Right. 50, 200. You want to remove, let's suppose, 102. Okay. Then how can you remove that? Or remove the value from the list, or let me write a new list here, otherwise you guys would get confused. Let me comment everything. We'll write a new list here. Okay. So let's suppose new list is X this time, and we have, how do we start list? From square brackets, and we have values. Hello, welcome all. Sorry.
Ashish, sorry, looks like there's definitely some problem because your voice at times, comes very loud and then it diminishes. So,
Is this with all guys? Are you all? Is everybody facing the same issue?
Yeah, it was happening with me also, so I thought my issue, so I rejoined actually. Right. Maybe some mic issue, maybe placement of mic somewhere, like, or
If I remove my headphone here, can you hear me better now?
yes, sir.
yes, yeah.
Is this really good with everyone?
Yeah,
Yes,
it is better.
yes.
Okay, cool. So I removed my headphones, guys. I'm using my laptop speaker phone. Okay, so I have designed a new list here. It is carrying approximate 5 values or elements. Hey guys, better whenever you guys are using some sitting with your colleagues, better to use such professional language. We call this elements. Okay, values is more unprofessional. All right. So we have 5 elements here. I want to remove one of them. So remove के लिए the concept would be remove. Okay, so the x dot right remove, and you will see that method here. Okay, and it says how to remove means when you start working on the removal, when you call its parameters, we call them parameters. As I said, you will learn about the parameters in future classes, but the moment you start calling its parameter, it would ask you to supply a value. Let's suppose you want to remove all, so it will remove this. Okay, and then you can print it. Print X. So how will it work? It will remove this particular value here. Let's save and execute it. And here, let me clean this. Hopefully you must not be seeing. Can you see it now? Okay, so you must have seen we had 5 elements. Now we have only 4 elements. Okay, we have removed an element here. In similar way, we have one more method that is also important, but remove is something that you will see a lot, that we will use a lot while working on loops, while working on conditional statements. But there is one more. People are used to using pop. Pop is also being used for removing the elements, but its approach is little different. So removing elements from a list by using indexing. Okay, then we use pop. Can anyone help me to write it, please? Let's comment last program.
So it will be x dot pop, and then inside that index, let's say 0, 1, 2, 2.
Right. Beautiful. Who is this?
Anuj, this side.
Wonderful, Anuj.
As
So
usual,
let's.
Anuj only the.
Okay.
I'm the new one actually. That's the reason actually.
So dot pop. Pop is also being utilized for removal, but its approach is it removes based upon the index values. Okay, and indexing is like as I said, you want to remove from index. Say it is talking about support index. All right. Which one you want to remove? Welcome. So this is one. One. Let's save the program and execute it. And then you can see welcome. This index value has been removed now. Okay. Few more. There are many methods, guys. I would encourage all of you to utilize them by your own. If I, as I said, X, click on dot, and you will see the list of all methods. Just use them and explore them by your own, and then you will see you will feel more comfortable about that. Okay. Reverse is there. Reverse is also usually in interviews they ask how to reverse any string. Then we have inbuilt function here, dot reverse. You can use that as well. Okay, reverse would basically reverse your complete string. So if I'm using it, let's suppose, and I'm printing it now, print x. These are important methods that we just demonstrated, that we just learned. So you must have seen we removed first variable, first element there, and then we reverse that. Okay. In similar way, we have sorting as well. If you want to sort, then again it would be same approach. Any questions on this before we start talking about next topic?
So Ashish, let's say if I want to like pop out multiple values, it's like comma separated stuff I have to give. Yeah.
For that we will have to use loops. Very nice question. So what we will do, we will make it dynamic. We will convert this to I value, and I will keep on changing the values 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you want, and accordingly it will keep on removing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That you will learn probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow class. The target is to finish loops in these 3 days.
Ashish, one silly question maybe. That this commenting out is not working for my terminal. How you are making it?
Commenting means use hash. Is this Anuj?
Yeah, correct. Anuj this side.
Hash Anuj hash use कर सकते हो. Otherwise these 3 dots.
Only 3 dots. You mean okay? Let me.
Three dots means if you want to comment multiple lines, then how do we use?
Three.
Let's suppose I'm writing. I want to comment these two. Okay, so I will use these 3 dots, and then we'll close them. Start and close. So whatever you have in between would get commented out.
I'm not sure why it is not working for my terminal. Okay, we'll try it.
We'll check it later.
Sure.
I'll check.
Means Ashish, this is 3 dots is for commenting. What is the uncommenting? We need to remove these 3 dots. Is it?
Remove them.
Okay.
Yes, we have a shortcut as well.
Okay.
I think Control Shift M, something like that.
Okay. No problem.
Okay. Any questions or list?
I would suggest give 2-3 examples like insert index like that if you
okay
can which are critical to projects.
Sorting is also important. Extending that I gave to you today. Extending you will see when we have multiple data sets, Krishna.
Yeah.
Then we are used to of making a single data set. Then extending gets utilized a lot.
That will help.
And on top of it, very very important is sorting. But I did not show it because until you guys are not investing time, you will not learn.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
So, but these are very small things. Just hardly 5 minutes time you just need to spend to learn that. Okay.
Correct.
Otherwise, in next class you can ask me.
No issues.
Okay, let's talk about tuples. All right. So tuples is also one of the data type, the way we have list in Python. And it is also basically used of storing multiple items in a single variable, the way we are using list. You must have seen in A, we have stored multiple types of variables. In similar way, in tuples as well, we can store multiple types of variable. So what are the key properties of tuple? The main important property is it is unchangeable. That's this particular property makes it different from list. Another one is it starts from brackets, simple brackets, right? So let me write you those properties. Key properties. Number one, it starts from it starts from simple brackets like this. This is what the syntax of it. We can say syntax as well. Another is this is not changeable or unmutable. Mutable. Non-changeable means you cannot add or you cannot remove anything from this. It is not possible actually here. Okay. And another one is, of course, it has a order. You cannot change that order as well. Not changeable covers that point as well. It has elements in an order, but user cannot change them directly. Okay.
This means these are hard-coded things.
Not hard-coded, I would say. In many situations, in case if you have very your requirements are in such a way where end user should not be able to make change in your data, then go ahead with the tuples.
Okay.
Or convert your list into tuple. That we can do. Then in that case, your data would get more safe. They will not be able to change anything. They will not be able to
Edit it.
Correct. Much with your data sets.
Okay.
It doesn't has much features, guys. If I give you example of again A, let's copy and paste. Let me make first time. Okay. So A, as I said, it starts from simple brackets, parenthesis. So it start. Let's suppose I'm adding few elements here. I will add mix of elements, guys. And okay. So here, what you can do, if you want to print it, approach would be same. And here the syntax is only braces, simple braces. Okay, you can see it here, right? A dot. So it has two inbuilt functions, count and index. Okay, so these are the two functions we have here. But what you can do, if you have two, you can extend, basically you can add two tuples together. That you can do here as well. A1 and A2. Let's suppose A1 and this is A2, and I will make it hello1, hello2, 156 and 1 and 2, 189. A1 plus A2. That's the maximum change that you can do in your tuple. Let me execute. Sorry, let me execute this. All right. Apart from this, guys, no other operations are doable in tuple. But as I said, we usually use tuples in order to make your data set more untouchable from end users.
But if you
Okay.
want to change the value, then you have to delete that particular element and then insert a new element. Is it?
No. You cannot do that directly. That's the beauty of tuple.
Huh.
For that, you will have to play a trick. And the trick would be,
Huh.
we need to change this to a list.
Huh.
There you delete, add, and then convert it to tuple.
Oh, okay. Directly
That's
from
the
tuples, you cannot edit, sorry,
ah,
remove or delete.
you, so it doesn't allow end user to play with your original data set
Okay,
question.
okay. So
That's the
convert
main,
to
main
list, and then from list you can do appending, indexing, whatever you want to do.
ah,
So list
that you
has
can
got editable functionality. Tuples doesn't have that functionality.
that doesn't has. Okay.
High level way.
So that's the main. Basically, we use tuple for security purpose. That's all.
So basically, with the bracket only we can differentiate it, right?
With the bracket only. That's the only difference. It starts. Its syntax is small brackets,
Mm-hmm.
small
Okay.
parentheses. In similar way, guys, another one is sets. Set is also one of the type of one of the data type we have in Python. Key properties of sets are properties are it starts with it has few new features that makes it a bit different from list and tuples. We'll share it quickly. It starts with curly braces. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, and it basically entertains multiple elements. Like you can again share multiple elements, but the main difference what a set is, it doesn't entertain duplicate value. You must have seen here, if I'm adding a duplicate value 56. Okay, let's re-execute this one. So even in above in list as well, you must have seen I added some duplicate values and it accepted that. So in print, if I'm accepting, re-executing it, you must be seeing duplicate value. Let me clean this. Re-execute. Are you seeing at my screen? So here 56 a duplicate value that we had in tuple, but in case if we are using set, then it doesn't accept that. Okay, it will eliminate the duplicate value. That's the most important feature or property of set we have. In real-time scenarios, where do we use sets? Let's suppose you have a huge database or you have a list of database of or a column or any row, and you want to filter that with only original values. You don't want to see duplicate. Then in that case, automatically you can start using set. Okay, automatically it will eliminate or it will not show you the duplicate values. That's the main beauty of set. Okay, any questions on this before we start few examples?
Ashish, one
Yes.
question here. Like here we are mentioning plus, right? A1 plus A2, but it is not adding, right? It is not. It is just printing
Ah,
together.
yes. It's an operator. It's
It's a
not summing up.
concatenate.
Correct.
Okay.
Concatenating.
And if we want to add it, then
If we want to add, then we will have to use loop actually, because then in that case you will have to work based upon the indexing 0, 1, 2, and that like that.
okay,
We will have to use both. Okay.
okay.
Okay. So
Okay, okay, I have one question here. Actually, currently we are working in no-code, low-code environment, right? So there also we uses sets. But I just wanted, suppose you see, I want a validation where the max age. Suppose there is a field of age. So min age is 18 and max age is 30. Say for example.
okay.
Then if I'm using set, then I have to put 18 to 30, 18 comma 19 comma 20, 19 20 comma and so forth till 30, or I have to
Right.
give the range at 18 to 30.
Is this Amit, right?
Right, Amit.
So Amit, you are asking, you are going to work in a list or in a
range.
elements in a range. Okay. And you want to, what do you want to do in
I
that?
want to do that min age should be 18. I mean, I have to enter in a field, okay? In a field that is called age. Caption is age, say for an example, right? So I have to enter there and I have to validate it with the minimum age should be 18 and maximum should be 30.
Okay.
So if I'm using set, will it work? I mean, in set, we are giving 18, 19, 20, whole range till 30 or 18 to 30, somewhat like that.
No, no, no. We will have to add all these elements.
Okay.
Either yeah, one by one. Either you add them manually. Otherwise, if you want to use range, then we will have to use loop actually.
Loop, okay.
So with for loop only, we use concept of range. Amit. Okay. And then in that case, you can play with n number of variables. Then let's suppose you made a list of or set of 10 elements. Then in that case, you can calculate minimum and maximum easily. Does this answer?
Yeah. Once we proceed, we will definitely. I mean,
Sure.
Ashish, extension to Amit's question. See, what he mentioned 18 to 35, let's say example. Okay. In that example, I want 18 to 20 as a range and 25 is one value. That's all. How do we define that? It's a range plus one element.
Well, you will have to give me some example because I'm not understanding your question again. So
okay, I'll give you example. For example,
this is see we are having we will send you the problem.
Send me the problem statement, then it would be easy for me to understand.
Yeah, fine.
Actually, there can be two type of validations available in the system. One type of validation is that it should be between 18 to 30. That is one validation. Another validation can be 18, then 25, then 30. Three values should be enterable. Apart from that, you cannot enter anything. I mean, if I'm going for the validation.
It should not allow us to validate those values.
One is range, another one is the numbers. I mean, one is 18, 25,
definite
and
numbers,
30,
definite
numbers.
Okay.
Range and elements.
Yeah. Send me that program, guys, and along with this problem statement, then we'll try to.
Sure. We'll connect with you, Ashish, separately.
Sure. All right. So key properties of set is, of course, one of the important property is it doesn't entertain duplicate value because this property makes it different from other data types, guys. And of course, it starts with curly braces, and these are the two important features that we have about it. Okay. And here, let's suppose I will be using x1 curly braces. Let me copy and paste the same, guys. Okay, let me show you this one first. So here intentionally I added a duplicate value here, and which is 56. Okay, if I'm trying to print it, as I said, its property is not to entertain any duplicate values. It will eliminate that. It will not show you that. Save, execute. Okay, so you see 34, 56, 89, and of course it doesn't has this it doesn't have 56 two times. Okay, and second is every time you will see it will change the location. Okay, so if I re-execute this, see, every time you will see its variables are changing its location. Okay, so you cannot use indexing here. It is difficult, very difficult. Okay, so see here you must be observing aunt was at the end of this, it means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It was at the index of 4. Now when I re-executed this, it automatically changed its place and it came to the 1 location. So this is also one of the property of set we have. In sets, Python has given us a set of lists that we set of inbuilt functions that you can utilize in order to perform another operations. So let's see them. So x1, like copy, we have one. Add, you can add as well. Okay, so let me show you some important one. Like if you want to copy, you can copy that. Okay, if you want to use pop is again let's copy first. So again, primarily, when do you use copy? When you want to save your original data set. Okay, that's the main concept of copy, guys.
Ashish, I think I am having a hard stop because I mean,
okay,
there is a Scrum meeting every morning and people are.
All right, we will stop in another 2 minutes. If you can stay, then let me just complete this set.
Actually, they are pulling me in. You just continue, na? I'll.
Okay. Thank you so much. Is this Sumit?
Amit.
Okay, Amit. Fine. Thank you. Thanks for joining. All right. Well, guys, here you must have seen we have copied x1 into x2 and then we try to print it. But you must be observing here we are seeing our values in different locations or indexing. Okay. So A1 is having same values but indexing is different. A1 means x1, sorry. X2 is also having same elements but indexing is different. Are you guys clear with the set? Important properties of set. It doesn't entertain duplicate. It doesn't keep the things at the same location. It uses parentheses, curly braces.
Yeah.
Wonderful. In similar way, guys, if you want to remove anything, again, you can use values. All right. So let me show you. x2 से remove करते हैं. x2 dot remove. Use element. Which element you want to use? You want to eliminate hello 1 or ant 1 or 89. 89 को कर देते हैं. If you want to eliminate 89, write it directly. And then print it. x2. Execute this and you must be seeing we don't have 89 here.
So Ashish, what is the use case of this? Like this is very maybe any use case in.
Yeah. Set is very, very important. Well, you will say, Ashish, you are saying everything is important. Well, set we use whenever we see. Okay. So let's understand from this way. In case if you're working on data, any data, you must be seeing a lot of duplicate values there. Is this Sumit?
Anuj this side.
Anuj. Yeah, Anuj. So in order to read, in order to increase visibility or readability of your data, it is always recommendable to use sets. Then in that case, it will not confuse, that data will not confuse you. It will tell you, okay, out of these 100 values, actual values are 45 or 75. Rest all are being repeated. Does this help?
Sorry, but can you help me more, like just to understand?
Okay. जैसे क्या रहता है? Let's suppose you are working on home address. You want to refine that data. Okay. And they have sent you, your client has sent you a list of let's suppose 1,000 buyers. All right. Many or voter list. Let's suppose you got a voter list from your client and they want you to refine that. They want you to understand, hey, can you tell me how many voters are there in actual this data? We have 1,000 plus voters in this database. Then you don't need to refine them one by one. Okay, you don't need to check all those values. Simply convert that database into set. It will automatically remove all duplicate values and will tell you these are not 1,000, these are 800. Same names or same address was being repeated again and again, or same
Got
voter ID was being repeated again and again.
it. Got it, Ashish. Thank you. Thank you.
It makes life easy. Yep.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
No, how does
Otherwise,
Ashish? Sorry, Anuj, somebody who's I'm interrupting. So how does it differ from your unique values, which we can filter from Excel also, right?
yes, by using unique values only, you can convert them into sets, Krishna.
Correct. What is the differentiator between Python, this particular?
Because we don't have this feature in .NET or in other languages where you will have to write a code.
No, but simply the data given by the customer can be converted into Excel, and in Excel we can remove the duplicates, with one shot.
But you will have to put a lot of effort there, right? Here, inbuilt function is there.
Okay. So, but
I mean, this is one of the example I gave you.
no, that's
but
fine. That's fine. I'm saying, but here also I need to define X1, right, Ashish?
well, without defining, we cannot use anything.
That is what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to find a differentiator between the Excel functionality and Python, because anyway we have to define X1 here, and there I have to put the data into Excel, right?
So, in case if I'm giving you an example of any other language, what will you do? Let's suppose this is a list and it is connected. This list is connected with one Excel sheet, right? With column, Krishna.
Correct.
And that column is having, let's suppose, 1,000 data sets. Okay, 1,000 rows. So, what will you do? You will have to run a loop over there in order to retrieve each row, and you will compare that with last row in order to find it should not be duplicate. You will have to put a logic there. But by using Python, you just need to connect your Excel sheet with a set. It will do the same thing without any logic. Does this help? Anyways, we'll have more examples down the line.
Ashish, just a quick one again. So in case of sets or
Tuple list.
tuple and everything, can we use a sort of a reference data or a reference number? Let's say, for an example, if we have a equals to hello, let's say, okay, and same we are using in either tuple or sets, okay, I'll just put a instead of any specific value. So is it a valid way of
So you want to what exactly you want to do?
So basically, instead of a hard coded value, I'm putting a kind of a reference.
Why not? Let me do it right away. So we must have discussed a input method at the starting of last class. So input, by using input, you can make it more dynamic. That this is one of the way. Second is if you are adding. Okay, let me show you here. If I'm understanding your question, you are asking to make it, despite of making it hard coded, you want to make it more user input,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Dynamic. So why don't you use this input to start getting this value from your. So input inbuilt function is there. Start using it. Enter the value, right, and then supply it here, strng, and then you can connect this string with your set or with any one of your data type. Does this sense help?
Yeah.
So that's how you are making it more dynamic. It is not hard coded now. I'm just giving one example, but in case if you want to add multiple data types, you will have to add a loop here, multiple elements. Then you can it will be part of your loop. It will keep on asking you the many times you want to enter the data. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions? Any other questions, team?
No questions, but Ashish, we need at least half an hour time to discuss few use cases along with Amit, which will be useful for us.
Yeah. Actually, Krishna, what I'm observing, you guys are asking those questions that we have not covered, because I'm seeing in most of the QA questions we are using if conditions and loop statement. So I would suggest you to park your questions till we cover loops. You will automatically start working on those problem
No
statements,
problem.
and then I am here to assist you.
No issues. No issues.
Okay. Well, we have few more pointers to cover, guys. Do you want me to cover today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow would be better because we have to jump into our deliverables